Hello, creeps.
All right, welcome back to Fright Night Flicks. You're here with Dan and Darren.
What's up, guys?
What is up, everybody? Today we're reviewing the brand new 2026 Send Help.
You are stuck with an asshole boss, just like I was. Although I'm betting I'm a much nicer boss than you ever would have been. Except for maybe this part.
And if you have no idea what it's about, an employee and her insufferable boss become stranded on a desert island, the only survivors of a plane crash. That was read very strange, but you guys can put that together. Here they must overcome past grievances and work together to survive. Will they make it out alive?
And a fun story, me and Daniel fought about if we should even do this movie. In fact, maybe not fought, but it took some convincing. Somebody didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous with new movies. Sometimes they get like all that additional hype and they make you think like, oh, this is going to be really good. And there's all this buzz behind it. And then you realize it's just marketing and no one really cares.
Yeah, well, we've been burned before. But this one, I will say I kind of understood where you came from because I'm not really interested in watching people try to survive on an island. That just doesn't interest me.
Yeah, we've already watched these movies, right?
Well, we thought, right?
We thought. Anyway, we might as well just say we're going to like not do the spoilers until we get to the breakdown. So this will be like spoiler free past like our initial impressions. And then after that, we'll say spoilers, the breakdown.
Sure.
It'll be stated.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead.
No spoilers right now.
The main reason, though, I wanted to watch this movie is because it's directed by Sam Raimi, who directed the Evil Dead series. And we just did that.
We did just do that.
So I'm like, dude, we got to watch this. And I knew it wasn't going to be like a boring movie.
I was hoping it wouldn't be. I'll let you guys know here in a minute if it was.
This guy loves to hold his cards.
So as he said, directed by Sam Raimi. Is it Rem? Okay, I was used to call him Rami, and then someone said, I think it's Raimi.
Okay.
Remy, you seem to say it like fast.
Yeah, I try to blow through it.
Go do it again.
Sam Raimi.
Yeah, Remy. Written by Damian Shannon, Mark Swift, actors Rachel McAdams, old Rachel McKay.
Yeah, from Mean Girls.
I gave him everything. I was half a virgin when I met him.
Is that the Notebook girl?
Well, she's from Mean Girls, but she's been in other things. I don't remember Notebook.
It wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years.
That was
Who's
like your
that
favorite
one?
movie, too.
I respected it.
This dude was really he's a try-hard in high school.
Who was that? That I can see her. Is that McBill?
I have no idea.
Bill? Anyways, and Dylan O'Brien. We have two people that really act in this movie.
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes critics gave it a 93, audience 87, so both like very highly rated.
Yeah, and this is like at the top of the charts right now, so a lot of people are going to watch it. So we did too.
And we will answer the question, should you go and watch it? We will answer that before the spoilers. Now, before we jump into that, we have some new members, Jeff171 and Douglas DeSante. Welcome.
Thank you for joining up.
Yes, we appreciate you guys. If you guys want to join, check out our Patreon, check out our YouTube, not Apple. You can't join on Apple. You can leave a review though. And speaking of that, we're up to 58 reviews.
Oh, awesome, dude. Thank you. On Apple?
Yeah, that was a lie though. We're not really. It's 56. I read the wrong number.
Okay.
I combined. Spotify, we're at 98. We're almost at 100.
Yeah, it's only 2 more to 100. Thank you guys for everyone who left a review. And if you haven't, please do so.
And we're going to shout out a couple that did leave reviews. We have 2 new reviews. First,
are you sure we haven't read this first one?
Okay, well, we're unsure if we read this one before or not, so you might get a double read. Bree2168, great podcast, very fun to listen to while I'm working. My husband recommended me to y'all. Keep up the great work.
Hey, shout out to your husband and thanks for listening to us.
I do think it's funny because Bree said my husband recommended me to y'all. He actually recommended us to you.
Oh, that's really funny. Recommended
It kind of comes off funny.
We like you too, so
Yeah.
it works both ways.
Yeah, he emailed us and let us know.
Yeah, Bree's going to be listening. So you guys better turn it up here. Thank you so much, Bree.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This one, by the way, I know, I may know this next reviewer, we'll say.
Oh, maybe somebody you work with?
It's a friend.
Do I know him?
Yeah, it's Drew.
Oh, hey.
we don't have to hide his name. What's up,
Thanks,
Drew?
Drew. Beach Bro, a smart, fun take on horror movies. This podcast nails the balance between analyzing the films and pure fun. These two brothers dig deep into each other. Oh, that's not what he said.
That's not what he said. Oh my God.
He didn't say that. Dig deep into each horror movie, covering what works, what doesn't, and why, without ever taking things too serious. Very true.
Absolutely.
Even when the films are dark or intense, the tone always stays light and genuinely funny. The conversation is natural and never distracts from the discussion. Thought he said dissension there for a second, which makes each episode both informative and highly re-listenable. Perfect for horror fans who want real insight with a side of laughs. Easy recommend.
Thanks, Beach Bro. That's
Thanks,
great,
Beach Bro.
great review, Drew. That was like long and insightful.
The
The funniest thing is the Beach Bros is an inside joke because once we went to Santa Cruz, we were supposed to meet up together because we were both there at the same time. So we're like, oh yeah, Beach Bros, we'll hang out. We actually never ever met up on the beach.
What's Beach Bros?
It's us. We're the Beach Bros who have never actually hung out at the beach together.
So you call each other Beach Bros?
It was supposed to be a thing and it never became one, but it is.
Maybe you should let that thing go.
Okay. Beach Bros for life.
And again, thank you all for leaving reviews, even those who just press the little button. It's appreciated. Hey, do you want more Fright Night Flicks? We got you covered. When you join our Patreon or become a YouTube member, you get access to a bonus episode every month. And trust me, we have some episodes you're not going to want to miss. Everything from cult classics to slashers and some of the most absurd horror movies that we just can't fit on the main show, like Troll 2, which has no trolls and isn't related to Troll 1. And if that isn't enough, you'll get early access to all the episodes before anybody else. And if you really want to be part of the madness, our top tier members can pick our horror movies and make us suffer through whatever you guys want. So if you really love what we do and want to help support the show, head over to Patreon, search up Fright Night Flicks, or just hit that little join button on YouTube. We'd love to have you. Back to the show. Now, let's get on to the audience reviews of, I wanted to call it Get Help. Send Help?
Send help, sure.
Send help. Stephen M. It was different and not your usual plot. New and refreshing plot with twists and turns, which was totally unexpected. 5 stars.
Yeah, I'd say for sure there was some twists that I didn't expect, and it was a fun ride.
I would agree with that. Although, it's like when you see the previews, you think, well, I don't know. I kind of called it, but it was still fun. We'll get to it.
You kind of know the route it's going to go, but the things in which, like, the things that happen, I wasn't expecting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I understood kind of where the story was going to go, but some of the shocking parts didn't see coming.
We'll talk about it in the initial. Bernard D. 2020 called and it wants this white man bad movie back. 0.5 stars.
Don't totally understand what white man movie is.
Oh, there was a white man in it.
I guess there were a lot of white people.
There was also not white people.
There were also non-white.
But the main guy was white. We'll say
cares?
that.
Whatever.
Victoria, it was very suspenseful and got me jumping a few times. Something different and very entertaining. I'd recommend it. 5 stars. Scott, one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. Actually considered walking out. Boring, slow, predictable, and non-eventful. Was hoping for more, but a waste of 2 hours. Avoid. 1 star.
Dang, that's crazy. I wouldn't agree with that one at all.
Walking out. I don't think I'll buy that. Let's just jump in to our initial impressions.
Okay, so going into this, like I said earlier, that I wasn't actually expecting that much. I kind of understood the story. It's going to be 2 people trapped on an island. There's going to be some horror aspect to it, but I did a lot of research just because I didn't want Daniel to have to watch a movie that wasn't like a fun horror movie because he would roast me for taking him to this thing.
I was a little worried this was going to turn straight into a rom-com.
So after watching a bunch of reviews, and what I came out with is that it's a horror thriller comedy, and that is what I feel like this movie is.
Yeah, it kind of nailed that. Well, so in the trivia, I came across this, and I think it kind of sums it up. The project has been described as being a blend of Misery, Castaway, and Lost, and Survivor.
That's hilarious, because that's what when we left the theater, I told Dan, I'm like, this is like Misery. Because if you haven't seen that movie, what was it, Kathy Bates?
I don't know. Yeah, that actually sounds right.
I think James Caan. Did I pull 2?
I don't know.
I think 2 for 2?
I don't know the other one.
Where James Caan's a writer who's stuck at Kathy Bates' house, and she basically is torturing him. He can't move because his legs broke or some junk like that.
It did have that vibe to it, but It's interesting. Okay, so this isn't spoilers, but this is going to happen. The 2 people get stuck on an island. All right?
That's not a spoiler. That's in the trailer.
Yeah,
we understand.
Yeah, they're stuck on an island. So how that plays out, they keep it very interesting because sometimes you're rooting for one and then you kind of switch. Although there is one person I kind of just genuinely don't root for.
What I find so interesting about this one is the way that the characters change, or your perceptions of the characters change. In the beginning, one character starts off a certain way, and at the end, it's a total flip, right?
But that's like the start of the movie too. They start off, each have their roles. Those roles get reversed a little bit when we get to the island. And one person has a lot of trouble dealing with that.
Yeah, but the whole time you're kind of on edge though, because you're like, how far is this thing going to go? Who's really bad? And it kind of just changes and morphs. And not to mention, Rachel McAdams is hilarious.
Dude, they both are. Both these the actor and actress, I think have a really funny dynamic, and they do little things that have me dying. Like their laughs sometimes. They did these like maniacal laughs that I just start laughing.
Well, there's a scene where she's laughing and then he's laughing, but it's like uncomfortable. But he's almost trying to fake it, but it just is funny that they're doing it together. And I don't know that either of them really know why they're laughing.
Yeah, that one, I know what you're talking about. That was good. I guess I would be more watching this relationship and like being like nervous about what's going to happen. Instead, I just kind of enjoyed the island time and seeing like what was going to happen, because some of the stuff isn't really between them. There's, creatures out there we have to deal with.
Oh man, there's some funny battles that go on. But Rachel McAdams, to me, I just found her personality hilarious. She's just a dorky, weird person and kind of insane.
Yeah. And it comes off, it's fun to watch.
I guess really the only horror stuff involved in this is there are some like thrilling horror aspects to it. And like there's some bloody scenes. Oh my gosh. And then there's one scene we'll talk about where I can't even say, but there's one where I was like wanted to jump out of my skin.
There's one that as a dude, you're going to have a little bit trouble getting through at first. Stick with it.
Trust us.
Stick with it. It's tough to watch for a minute.
Yeah, and I will say the negative, I do feel like there's a portion that it got a little bit slow.
Yeah, so I would say the first like 3/4 of the movie, I was in. I was enjoying every bit of it. The last quarter, I feel like it got a little slow. I was ready for it to wrap up. And I don't know if I loved the way it finished out.
Yeah, I enjoyed the end, but I think we had discussed after the movie, I think it could have been done better.
We have some ideas.
Yeah, we're idea guys over here.
But the real question is it worth watching?
Yeah, absolutely. This is worth watching. This could be even like a date movie. It's not overly bloody or overly scary. It's honestly just fun to watch. And it's funny. It's really funny.
This would be a good date movie. You can kind of see if the person you're with really has a personality,
I guess.
If they find these things funny. Because there's some, it's like subtle humor kind of. Like it's more situational. Either way, it's a fun ride from beginning to end. I mean, you got plane crashes, animal fighting. Can't really say much more. It's interesting.
Yeah, good job.
So yes, 100%. I recommend checking it out. If you're really intrigued by the trailer, go see it at the theater. If not, wait for streaming. Either way.
Hey, however you want to watch it, just do it.
Yeah. All right, it's time we get into the breakdown. So the movie starts off and we're in corpo world. It's like the big offices. And this is where Linda, I think her last name's Linda Little, Lytle, something like that. That's Rachel McAdams. She arrives to her office. She's the head of strategy and planning for the Preston Strategic Solutions.
Yeah.
I kind of like the name because it's all generic and they never really say what they actually do.
Yeah, it's funny. But like you said, this is to me like tech bro company, right?
Oh, the hierarchy is definitely tech bros, but Rachel McAdams is not a tech bro.
Tech girl?
She's just a good worker, actually. She's like the workhorse of the company. But the problem with her, socially awkward to the max.
I love what they did with her. It's really funny because she's frumpy. She doesn't look like she puts herself together at all.
No, in fact, yeah, she's not really worried about looks at all. She's about work and getting it done.
Yeah, because I've met people like this where like their whole life is work. And this is Rachel McAdams to the extreme though, because she doesn't care about looking good. She just does a really good job working. That's all.
It is funny though, because it's Rachel McAdams. It's like, it wouldn't take a lot for her to look good,
I mean, even when she's supposed to look bad, she doesn't look that bad.
No. By the way, if I call her Rachel in this, it's so hard for me not to call her Rachel. Her name's Linda and she is not a Linda. She doesn't look like a Linda.
Yeah, but I can see the name, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
kinda
it's a
like
good name.
Linda.
I'm just saying it's so hard not to say Rachel.
Well, we will forgive you.
Anyways, Linda goes to her desk. She starts working, and that's where we meet Donovan. Now, Donovan is like a business bro to the fullest. He's got the slick back hair. He actually looks like a younger version of the dude on Office Space.
Yeah, he looks like a frat bro. The guy who's been out of college for a year or something, maybe 2 years, but he's definitely got an ego.
Yeah, a guy who's going to be nice to your face, like overly nice, where you're like, I don't like you, but I'm going to pretend to be nice too, but we're not going to mesh.
Yeah, I don't trust you, right?
No, definitely not trustworthy. And you'll learn that right here because he needs to get the company report from Linda. And, Linda can crunch those numbers and he needs those numbers for the meeting. And the big meeting is like going on right now. So he gets the papers from her and he just takes off and starts heading to the meeting. Now, Linda jumps up and she's like, showtime.
By the way, she has a bunch of these sayings. It's like the corniest lines ever, and it's hilarious.
I love them. I put a lot of them in here because I'm watching and I'm like, I have to talk about it. It sounds weird to like throw this stuff in, but it's like she delivers these like, oh, they're so cringy. It's great.
Yeah, it's just that she creates the best awkward moments, and they're funny.
Yeah, exactly. So she jumps up and she's like going to go with Donovan, but Donovan's like, hey, Linda, sorry, we've downsized the meeting here. You're not really needed. But he adds in like, hey, don't worry about it though. Your name's right here on top of this paperwork where there's like a sticky note that it says like Linda on it,
It's just so clear that things get ripped off.
Yeah. So is what it does. So then she's like, okay, fine. She goes back and he walks into the meeting. First thing he does is take that sticky note and just throws it in the trash. So
of course, we know what they're building here.
Yeah. It just they do a good job of you
disliking these people.
Yeah, they set up the character where it's like, okay, I hate you pretty much everyone except for Linda. So after Donovan walks away, Linda, she leans on a cubicle next to her with where one of her coworkers is, and she's like, I guess that old elevator to success is out of order again. And the lady, she's like, what? And like looks at her. It's like one of those moments like, hey, it feels like we don't even have the relationship for you to say this to me.
Yeah, it felt to me like she didn't even really know Linda. Plus, it's such an awkward thing to say. If someone said that to me, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what elevator? Are the elevators down?
Yeah.
Like, so basically, you can tell like she is like the social outcast of the office a little bit. And they really,
a little bit.
Well, they really nail it home.
She's not bad, though. She's not like a bad person. She's just awkward. She's a nice person who works hard, who is very awkward.
Originally, like at this point, it seems like people just take advantage of her and she tries to be funny and stuff and put herself in it, but people don't really want to be around her that much.
Right,
That's
right.
what it comes off as.
Yeah.
So she's dealing with the issue just happened. The coworker kind of like blew her off a little here. Then Chase comes over and that's where he brings up that they're all heading to a bar.
Dude, this is so hard to listen to.
Now, when he's saying this, he's not talking to Linda. He's talking to Linda's coworker. But Linda just seems to think that she's invited as well. And she starts just opening up about how much she loves karaoke and the songs that she's going to sing and just going on. And Chase is looking at her and there you can tell they're all just like, this is too much. And he actually just turns and walks away. And she tries to talk to him as he's walking and he just cold shoulder ignores her.
It's so cringy to watch. It's brutal.
Well, I mean, because she's over here talking about her songs, like singing them and stuff.
Well, you know what song she recommended?
It's the one that plays at the end.
Yeah, I forgot what the name of it.
Is it that One Way or Another one?
Yeah, I'm going to find you. I'm going to get you.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so, there's some deeper meaning to that for sure.
There's a lot of stuff too that comes back around.
Yeah.
Now we transition over to Linda's home. So she's done at the office for the day, goes back home, and we see she's a big survivalist. Like she has books all over her shelf, Survival 101, survival stories, edible plant eating, like how to tie knots, all this stuff deep in the survival game.
Well, she's a gigantic fan of Survivor.
Also her favorite show.
She's well equipped to be on an island alone for a long period of time.
Okay, I had one problem though, because I was scanning, you know me, I'll look into the...
I'm aware.
This isn't one of those movies I'm looking that deep into, but I will look at things a little deeper. And there was a picture of her at the Grand Canyon, and I'm sorry, that face got photoshopped on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like, it just looks wrong to me.
I feel like that could be part of the fun with this movie. Like, it's kind of a corny, funny movie.
Yeah, and I think it'd be funny to throw a photoshopped face on.
Yeah, all right.
I actually like it more that way.
Sure.
Now, Linda isn't here alone. You see, she has a pet bird named Sweetie. And Linda likes to vent to Sweetie about like her work situation.
Well, it's funny because at first she's talking and you don't see the bird, so you think there might be someone else in there with her, like a human. But no, it's just a bird she's talking to.
Old Sweetie Bird.
Which of course it is, right?
Why not? I think it's a cockatoo. Basically, she explains what's going on at the office. Bradley is now going to take over the company for his father because his father has passed away, I take it.
Yeah.
They don't really say any more than that.
Well, he's definitely dead.
Right. By the way, did you know who the father was?
I do, because you showed me a picture. It's Bruce Campbell.
They have a picture hidden behind the wall when Bradley's talking in a meeting or something, and his portrait's up there. So a little nod to Bruce Campbell.
Which is really cool. Plus, if you look on IMDb, he's credited as the father, which is funny because you never see him other than in the background.
So Bradley's dad, the old president, Bruce Campbell, had told Linda she's like lined up for that VP job, that it's going to go to her. So at this point, she's thinking that's still going to happen, even though the son's going to take over. And she does mention there was a Christmas party where Bradley was very flirty with her.
It was interesting they threw it out that his son and her had a little thing. I don't know if that was real though, or was that Linda just reading into it?
I would say that may have been Linda reading into it.
I definitely think that's probably what it was.
Looking back at what happens.
I kind of wished at the end of the movie they would have shown that scene.
Oh, that could have been funny.
Oh, absolutely. They didn't though.
Anyways, like right now, that's what we know. The son's going to take over. I will just say the son and the father, I think, had very different views on how the business should be ran.
The son's just a total jerk. He's another frat bro, like the worst kind.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I want to talk about the bird real quick because there's two things that got me laughing with this stupid bird. Like actual laughing in the theater. One, this is very dumb, but at one point Linda's like, "We need to spread our wings," and when she says it, the stupid bird has its little wings and it spreads with her. That made me laugh.
She probably trained it to do that.
That's Linda.
Yeah.
The second thing, she does have a book actually on how to talk to birds on the shelf.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Linda she's pathetic right now. Very, very pathetic in a funny way.
Well, I wouldn't say it's pathetic to have a bird that you train to open its wings.
I would say the next part we're going to talk about is very pathetic.
This is interesting. Linda decides that her bird needs some food, right?
Right.
So she gets like a stale piece of bread and she puts it up there as the bird just like starts nibbling on it. That's not the pathetic part. Then she goes into a Lady and the Tramp moment where she puts the bread between them as they both are nibbling on opposite sides of the piece of bread.
It's so stupid. Well, it was kind of funny because she's trying to get it to work and it's not, but then she kind of gets it to work, but it's like, what is she doing? It's just, like I said, it's just so pathetic.
It was because, yeah, she wanted it to work for them.
Why? Why would she ever do that?
Who knows?
I know why, because they're building this up for us. Now you're kind of seeing who Linda really is.
You know what? I would have liked more of her bird training on the island.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. But the next day, we're back at the office. Linda's sitting at her desk eating her tuna sandwich. Apparently, this is a common thing for her. And that's when Bradley Preston arrives. So this is the new president of the company, the CEO.
Yeah, slender guy, well put together, dressing fancy for corporate, I guess.
Yeah, normal corporate guy, whatever.
Yeah.
He walks down between the cubicles. Linda sees him, sees her opportunity, smashes that tuna sandwich, throws it in the drawer, jumps up, and is ready to like introduce herself to him. The problem is half of that sandwich is still on her face.
Okay, well, there's a couple problems. One, the fact that she would put a sandwich in a drawer is disgusting.
Okay, let's just be honest. Eating a tuna sandwich at a cubicle, that's disgusting.
That's the rule. That's the second problem. You can't eat tuna at a desk. That's gross. It's going to bother people around you. It will. That'd bother me.
Yeah, and when you have a half-eaten sandwich, you don't stuff it in a drawer.
And it's kind of smashed in there too, which is even grosser, so it got all over the place. That's what I'm saying. Linda doesn't really take care of herself at all.
She's wild.
She's kind of disgusting.
Some of you may be into people like that. That's fine. We're not judging that. Okay.
Well, I mean, I have thoughts on it.
So she jumps up and she's selling herself to Bradley. They're like face to face. She's excited about the future of the company. She's going on and on. The problem is Bradley's not really hearing anything she's saying. He has keyed in on her face where that food is just sitting there and he just cannot get it out of his head.
Well, it's funny because, so the situation's kind of big because this is the first time everyone's meeting the new president. He's walking in between the cubicles, so everyone's kind of around. And she's the only one who takes the initiative to jump up, which is kind of awkward anyways. She's got junk all over her face. It's like, oh my gosh, Linda, you're cringing for her, you know?
She's what?
I said you're like cringing for her. Like it's like embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing is just an embarrassing situation. And Linda is a slob.
She is a little bit of a slob. Finally, Brad's like cutting this thing off and he's like, hey, yeah, because she talked about his dad and he's like, oh yeah, I have some big shoes to fill. And this is where Linda introduces us to her little mules.
I thought the mules were cute.
I thought they were too. So she's got like, I don't know shoes. They're like clog boot looking things, whatever. And she calls them her little mules because any of the load you put on her, this sounds bad, but any load you put on her, she can carry. So she's basically saying you can like work me hard.
Dude, yeah, this is suspect all the way.
You know what I'm trying to say? She's a workhorse, all right?
Yeah, well, I was wondering the way she said that, was she trying to imply something? I don't think she was, but it kind of came off that way, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the way I said it did. I don't feel like when I watched it was that bad.
It did. I mean, I noticed the verbiage was a little off.
Well, she is a little off.
You're right, but I didn't read that she was in that way going to do that.
Right. So Bradley ends up like cutting that off. He goes back to his office, and that's when he notices Linda left him a little something on his hand.
Oh, well, you cut off the puddle jump, or you cut off where she talked about his shoes.
Oh, well, yeah, whatever. They looked like little elf shoes.
Well, no, it's just another thing that's awkward where he had shoes and they were short tops.
I don't know. I would say a Sperry topsider.
Yeah, they just didn't go up very high, and then she made some awkward joke about him walking into water. There's just so many awkward situations she creates, and it's really funny.
Anyways, Bradley's in his office, and he notices he's got tuna on his hand. So at some point when he shook Linda's hand, it transferred onto him, and he is absolutely revolted with this person.
I mean, that is pretty gross. I also would be kind of grossed out. Now, I wouldn't act the way he does, but if your first time meeting someone, they've got crumbs all over their face and they got tuna on their hand and transferred to you, that is pretty gross.
That's a bad first impression.
Yeah, really bad.
Basically, from here on out, Bradley's going to go into his like total hill mode because he wants to like get rid of Linda. Like it's not that he doesn't want to give her the promotion. He actually wants to send her to like a satellite office far away from him. And not only is he not going to give her the promotion, he wants his bro Donovan, who's his buddy, to get the promotion over her, and he's going to do it.
Yeah, and Donovan was the guy who just stole Linda's work, so it's that jerk.
Now, Linda doesn't know anything about this. She's at her workstation when she notices Donovan and Bradley are in the office, and you can tell they're hitting it off. They're playing like golf. They do a lot of putting, whatever. And she starts getting a little concerned about that relationship. And she should be, because that's when Linda's colleague sitting across from her lets her know Donovan's just been promoted to the VP spot. And it just so happens that these two were in the same frat in college, and they play a lot of golf together. So obviously he's not going off of how good of a worker you are. That doesn't matter. It's just, it's a lot of injustice going on here.
Yeah, and all that work that Linda's done, building herself up in her career, and now it's all washed away because some jerk got the president job.
Now, Linda's not going down without a little bit of a fight here. She rushes into Bradley's office, and he's having a meeting with, like, I'm going to say a secretary. It looked like somebody who would be a secretary, possibly.
Yeah.
And it's an attractive young lady. And right when Linda walks in, Bradley is asking this lady, how above and beyond would you be willing to go for me? And he's kind of adjusting his belt as he's doing it. So it's not looking good.
Well, it's a very weird thing to say to someone you're interviewing.
Yeah.
I would say very suspect, and his posture, it all was a bad look.
Yeah, and I think it's fitting to him. So whatever you may feel about that, it's probably right. Basically, Linda interrupts this whole thing. That girl gets out. Linda comes in and they have a meeting, and she confronts him about the whole VP job. She explains Donovan's only been here for like 6 months. She's been here for 7 years. And that's where Bradley's like, well, you're great with numbers. Your work's impressive, but I need more of a people person, somebody who's well-liked, someone who can charm a room, and most importantly, somebody who can golf.
I mean, it's just an absolute ridiculous thing to say to somebody.
Yeah, with a serious face, right?
Yeah.
And like, Linda's even like, this is a joke? Like, you actually said this? And then Bradley's like, hey, you have some lipstick on your teeth, and this is what I'm talking about.
Which, again, I'm like, he is making some points, right? Like, Linda is a little bit of a mess. I don't know if she really is VP material, to be honest with you. I mean, she's a disaster right now.
She definitely shouldn't be like face fronting, like
yeah, like a behind the scenes VP.
I thought it was just such like a slap in the face though, where he explains all this and it's just horrible explanation, and then he's like this now, like you look at your teeth, you know.
Yeah, just look at you.
Bradley does say he needs her for the Bangkok merger they have coming up, so he wants her on the plane with him. So he hasn't totally cut ties. They're still kind of keeping her along, like coming along because they need her.
Well, he's kind of stringing her along, like, hey, if you can figure out there's something she's he's supposed to figure out for the merger. And if you do, you're kind of proving yourself. But in reality, you kind of know as the viewer that even if she does that, he's not going to promote her.
It's not going to work out well.
I mean, that's just my idea. It doesn't happen. So we'll see what happens.
Now, to add insult to injury, as soon as like Linda walks out, he stops her because he has one more thing to tell her. And it's because people are complaining about the odors at Linda's desk. Because the tuna sandwiches, they gotta go.
Yeah, this is where I'm kind of like, he is a jerk in his delivery, but again, he's not wrong about a lot of what he's saying.
Well, I would disagree. He's wrong about a lot of what he's saying. Like, it's like having lipstick on your teeth isn't that big of a deal. But the tuna sandwich at the desk, he is correct. That shouldn't be done.
I mean, I would just say, yeah, I guess you can't tell someone they're just not presenting themselves well. That's a hard thing to deliver. But for sure, the tuna sandwich, like that needs to go.
I'm not an office guy. I don't even know how this stuff works.
Yeah, you usually don't even really want to eat too much at your desk because there's other people around. I mean, you can. I do sometimes, but yeah, nothing smelly like that.
Right.
Fish is definitely like a no-go.
I could understand that.
Yeah.
The next day, Linda arrives at their private jet. Some of these scenes, they made me laugh, okay? And as soon as she walks up, Bradley looks at her, and when he sees her coming, he goes, F me.
Because she walks out, and she's so friendly and nice, and they just hate her.
They're so mean to her. Like, it's just the bros, and then they have her tagging along.
Yeah, she just doesn't fit in at all with them.
Right. So who we have? We have Chase, Donovan, Bradley. Some of like Chase and Donovan, don't really worry about those names too much.
Just two guys.
They may disappear soon. You know what I mean? And then there's other like one other random dude. There's like 4 guys.
Yeah, I think we're good on who's in the plane, Dan.
All right, that sounds good. Linda walks up to Bradley and she's like very excited. She's like, hey, I found the loophole for this deal. I've kind of like found the solution to it all. And she wants to talk to him like as soon as you have a second. And he's just kind of staring there. And then he looks at her and he pulls out an earbud. So he wasn't even listening. And he just looks at her and he goes, what? Like he could care less about this.
Again, it's just so cringy because the poor Linda tried so hard and she has something to help the business and he just doesn't care at all.
No. And in fact, he goes, let's go, boys. Cocks in the air. And then they walk onto the plane.
That's where we're at.
So when they get on, we have the dude section and then we have the Linda section in the back. She's back here doing all the work. They're up there talking about golf. And here's where Donovan makes his move. He opens his laptop because he has a little surprise for Bradley.
This Donovan is such a jerk. And I was so waiting for something to happen to him.
I think he gets his due.
Yeah, because he used her. Linda did nothing but help him. And he's doing nothing but trashing her.
He's the worst. He's the worst. So he opens up his laptop, goes over to Bradley, where he shows him Linda's audition tape for Survivor.
And guys, I'm going to tell you, this was hilarious.
She does this stuff so good. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff. It's all funny to me, but for some reason... There was a part, because it's cutting in between like stuff she's doing. She's sitting on the roots of a tree with her arms out, like raised up. And she goes, I'm crazy about the outdoors. And there's something about that that's funny to me.
I didn't realize how good of an actress Rachel McAdams is because I think she's really funny in a comedic role like this. It's like you said, that's funny. I found it really funny just when she's talking about making fire. There's like 3 ways to make fire, and I know all of them. It's just so corny to do.
She does it great. Everyone, like the whole thing is funny.
Just a super dweeb. Yeah.
Now, she doesn't think it's funny. All the dudes think it's funny. And they have the laptop turned. They don't even care. She's sitting behind them. She can see what they're doing. They're laughing. It gets her attention. She kind of sees it. And she's kind of down bad at this point.
Well, yeah, she's just doing all the work. And we saw on her laptop, she had already solved the problem that the boss wanted her to solve. While she's doing that, they're just sitting there making fun of her. And that's just honestly, it is a funny video. I'll give him that, but it was mean.
It was mean.
It was mean.
It wasn't nice. Now, at this point, Linda and Bradley are the only ones that are actually in their seats. Everyone else is kind of roaming around the plane. And
this is where it gets good.
That's where turbulence hits. And it's first just like a shake, like, woo. Everyone gets kind of nervous. The fasten seatbelt light turns on. And then Bradley does Bradley things. He looks over at the dudes. He's like, yeah, take your seats if you're an effing you know?
This is what I thought was so funny, is that... that they all got scared when that turbulence hit. But Bradley's such a douche that he's already in his seatbelted, but he's making fun of his buddies because they're not seatbelted, but they all got thrown around the plane.
Yeah, and so he does his like stupid little laugh, and then they all start laughing. And so they're all acting like the turbulence isn't a big deal. That changes quickly because they hit some real turbulence, and this sends Donovan to the ceiling. And I don't know, to me, I saw that Key and Peele skit.
Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't seen the Key and Peele skit where the turbulence just keeps getting worse and worse.
Oh my gosh, it's one of the funniest, dude.
Oh, it's hilarious. Probably my favorite skit by them.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Then there's an explosion on the airplane. Donovan gets flung to the back of the cabin. Now the structural integrity of the plane starts to diminish, we'll say. Like one of the windows starts to break away and you can see like air's getting sucked out of it. Then all of a sudden a hole freaking blows through the side of it. We just have like a hole in the wall of the plane.
I thought they did a really good job with the way the plane destructed. I loved how, I think it was like the door, which was like it felt like the plane was getting sucked out. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd see the wall kind of bending outwards and then just like pop and opens up.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
So one random business dude, the one you don't even like hear talk much, he gets sucked out, but he doesn't just get sucked out. He gets like folded in half on his way out.
Yeah, cool.
So it was cool. Then Donovan gets sucked out, but before he's actually sucked all the way out, he reaches up and grabs onto Linda's leg. And she's kind of holding on to him. So he gets saved a little bit. So he's in like a Superman deal where he's kind of like hanging, like flying, holding on to Linda.
I would say like a cliffhanger-esque.
That's better. Yeah. Cliffhanger. I guess Superman could just fly around.
Yeah, he could go in and out as he wants.
Yeah. I love this part. So Linda is holding on to Donovan, saving him. And this dude, what does he say to her? He looks up at her, and while she's holding on to him, he goes, "Give me your seat."
The absurdity of him saying that to her is hilarious because it just shows A, how much of a tool he is, and B, what a complete moron. How would that ever work?
It's a great line, though, because it's just like, no, I want you to die. I don't deserve to die. You need to die.
As if there's any world, if she could, that she would ever do that.
Yeah, I loved it.
That the theater loved it as well.
Yeah, we all had a chuckle. Chase now is holding on to Bradley's seat. Bradley's trying to put on a flotation device. For some reason, Chase is kind of grabbing for it, too. They're panicked. Bradley kind of gives him a shoulder, knocks him back. He flies onto Donovan, grabs his leg. So now Chase is holding on to Donovan, who's holding on to Linda.
A little bit of a human chain situation.
Right. Donovan ends up kicking Chase in the face. Chase bites Donovan's leg. Donovan again kicks him. I think he knocks some teeth out. And then Donovan makes his move. He reaches up and he starts to strangle Linda.
How he would do this while being sucked out of a plane is beyond me.
I think he made it clear he wants Linda to die.
He's like, you know what? None of us are making it. I'm just going to kill you.
Now, Linda's being choked, and this is where you first see she's a fighter.
She's a survivalist.
She is, because down not an alleyway, what's it called? The place in between the seats?
The walkway?
The aisle. Down the aisle is some silverware that's falling down. She reaches down, grabs a fork, stabs Donovan in the hand. He lets go. Obviously, he got stabbed. Come on, you gotta let go. He flies out the hole in the side of the plane, but...
You knew it wasn't going to be that simple.
It's not that simple because his tie snags on a piece of metal and his body gets flung into Linda's window. So she's sitting there now as Donovan's head is getting smashed into the side.
So he's yelling for help outside of the plane, looking at Linda through the window, which is insane.
It was funny. And then she just shut the window.
Well, yeah, she's looking at him. She's like, okay, I can't deal with this. I'm just shut the window and,
yeah, that's a real bad way to go.
I mean, it couldn't have happened to a better person.
I mean, that was great. Because he just kept stepping up, like he got worse, dead. Anyways, the plane ends up crashing in the ocean. Linda escapes as it's sinking down, and she ends up seeming to be stranded in the middle of the ocean. Like there's nothing around except in the distance, there's an island.
I was surprised after she's just floating in the water. She didn't have any floating devices around. I did see a seat near her though. So I guess we could think maybe she used that.
Well, I believe the seat shows up on the island.
Oh, okay. You'd think that.
I think it did.
And I got to say, a plane going down in the water, the dark ocean, is so creepy to me.
Yeah, it's not good.
I thought the whole thing looked great, though. I thought they did a good job. That was fun.
Cut to the next morning. She's stranded on the island. She wakes up on the beach. She starts walking around. I think this is an island near Thailand. I think they say that.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. It's luscious green scenery. I mean, it looks like a vacation spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Linda ends up walking down the beach where she finds Bradley's body has washed ashore. Now, he's alive, but he's not really responding to her. The only major damage is on his right leg. He's got some gnarly gash in it.
Yeah, which I guess guess probably happened, obviously, when he was getting sucked out of the plane, however that happened. You know what I did like, too? His little floating device wasn't even inflated.
Huh.
Which I just thought was funny because I'm like, of course, the idiot put it on and didn't even use it.
Bradley maneuver.
Typical Bradley.
Also, I don't think he got sucked out of the plane.
Well, I don't even know how he got out in the first place. I guess he just unbuckled and got out.
Or maybe she pulled him out. We don't know.
No, she didn't pull him out. We would have seen it.
All right. Now Linda goes into survival mode. So she starts crafting tools, building a shelter, which she even makes Bradley his little spot to keep him safe, like a little leaf over the top. And then she digs up a hole, puts some hollowed coconuts in it with some leaves to capture water, which is great because a storm comes through. It's raining. She collects a bunch of water.
Yeah, and we knew she was a good survivalist from the books and junk she was into, but we're really seeing it in practice now. She is thriving already.
It's ridiculous.
It is stupid.
She's making stuff let's say you go to Hawaii or something. It's stuff you'd buy at a souvenir shop.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of these survivalist shows. Nothing is as good as she's doing.
But it's part of the funny, it makes it funny because she makes stuff that you're just how did you do this?
Yeah, the absurdity is what makes it so funny. How good she is at surviving is absolutely ridiculous.
Great.
Yeah.
One of the best. The next day, Bradley wakes up. Linda brings him over some fresh water, starts kind of nursing him back to health. And she lets him know they're the only two that survived. Everybody else is dead. Then Linda does the one skill that I feel like every survivalist needs to know, and it's the fire starting. She does the stick, the old school method with the stick, where it starts a little fire and you I forget the name of the
Flint?
the fine
Flint?
I don't know if that's the right word, but with the fine little wool type stuff from the wood.
Yeah.
There's a name for it. Whatever. She makes fire and she's pumped.
It's funny, even the way she does it. She just gets so excited about it. It just made me laugh.
Yeah, well, then the part that made me laugh is then now she's got a fish too, and she's cooking a fish. She's already caught fish.
It's easy for her.
So she starts feeding Bradley. That part was funny too, because he's not meant to survive. Okay. But she's force feeding him this fish, and he's just gagging as he's trying to eat it.
Well, even though he survived this horrible plane crash, he still doesn't want to eat the crappy fish, which is funny because that's Bradley.
Yeah, he's not a survivor.
No.
The next day, Linda comes back to camp, and she just was out getting stuff. They sleep there all night.
Yeah, Bradley can't move, so he's just stuck under his little tin thing that she created for him. Meanwhile, she's out there foraging and doing all the other stuff.
She's doing everything. He's doing nothing. Now, she went out and she found herself a conch, or is it conch? She calls it a conch?
I think it's traditionally called a conch, but it's really called a conch.
That's what she said. So it's probably true. And the funny thing about it, she gets to this. She's so excited. She comes over to Bradley and she's like, I have the conch.
Well,
and then
isn't that a Survivor thing?
I don't know if it's definitely a Lord of the Flies thing.
There's something with that. I used to watch Survivor, but it's been 20 years. I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know. All I know is I loved her face when she had it. She does this crazy face that is so good.
There's things she does that you can't really describe it, but when you watch it, it just is funny.
Okay, we're saying Linda's doing all the survival stuff, getting all the food, water, everything. You think Bradley would be excited?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of hit the jackpot, honestly.
Right, he can just hang out and she'll bring him everything. But he's not excited at all. In fact, the only thing he notices is that her mule shoes are sitting next to him. And it's when she shows him the conch and she's all pumped about it. And he just looks over and you could tell with disgust because the shoes are near him and he can't stand those things.
It just shows you how much of a jerk he is. She has basically kept this guy alive. She's feeding him, doing everything for him, and he's still just such a jerk to her.
Well, then he starts complaining about, hey, haven't you done any distress signals? Mark some stuff in the beach or look for, he says some GPS stuff that floated to shore. Have you even checked the shore? And she's like, you do realize if I didn't do all the survival stuff, you'd be dead.
Right. And this is where we're seeing the turn, right? So he still thinks he's the boss. And she's now realizing how important she is and that she's kind of the boss out here.
Right. And he's an idiot. He's a total idiot.
Of course. Yeah. Which is what makes him fun.
Well, Bradley ends up laughing and he's like, yeah, if I would have died out here, how do you think that would have worked for you? And Linda goes, what does that even mean? And I agree.
Which is funny because everyone's like, I don't know what that means. It's him. He's looking for any sort of power to have, but he has nothing now.
Yeah, without the boss, you couldn't even survive.
Yeah.
Now Bradley decides he's going to get up, but he's in too much pain. So Linda comes over and he's like, don't even touch me. Just get away from me. And that's where Linda's like, oh, you have soft little baby hands. Like you're just out of the factory.
Stupid.
He's just a soft dude all the way around. But Bradley doesn't like being told he's soft. So what does he do? do? He lets her know that she still is working for him. And she's like, what did you just say? And he's like, you heard me. You got a problem with that? So he doubles down on this boss thing.
Well, again, he's trying to keep the power, which he does not have.
And Linda's going to let him know he doesn't have it because she packs up her stuff and she leaves him for the night.
And this is, I think, our first glimpse of what Linda might be capable of.
Well, I think it's more of Bradley because they do a time lapse of Bradley. And at first, he's like, okay, whatever. She's going to be right back. And then he's getting more annoyed, angrier and angrier. And in the last shot, he's like a rabid animal. He's like white stuff coming out of his mouth,
well,
you know?
It's really funny because his face is all sunburned and he's like, he has no saliva left in his mouth. And he's like, Linda, where are you? But what I'm saying, though, from my point of view, like, A, yes, that was really funny. But B, also for Linda to leave him out there because he's like exposed. He wasn't, I don't think at that point he was under anything, right?
No, I think he's still at his shelter and stuff. He's just as horrible of taking care of himself.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. But yeah, she knew he's going to die if he doesn't have her help. But she's going to let him suffer for a little bit.
He needs to learn.
Yeah, he does need to learn.
Well, the next morning, Linda returns and she finds Bradley laying in the sand with no shelter, just the sun beating on him. You know? So she ends up taking care of him again. They're back on their good, not paces. What's the word? They're back on good graces.
Good standing.
Good standing.
Hey, dude, with these two on the island, it's constantly this back and forth is what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, exactly. Linda ends up going out in the forest for a little bit, finds some boar's tracks, comes back to the camp, and she starts sharpening a spear because she's ready to go hunting.
Which, again, it's like she went from this nerdy data girl, data number cruncher, to this extreme survivalist so fast that it's just funny. It's like, wait, you're going to try to kill a boar now?
You know what's funny? You think she's an accountant.
Yes.
She's not an accountant.
She's not.
Because that's what Bradley thinks. Because Bradley goes, Linda from accounting is going hunting a boar. And she basically flips on him and she's like, I'm not even from accounting. You should know this. I'm from strategy and planning.
Why did I think she was from accounting?
Because they do talk a lot about her being good with numbers.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I assume she could do anything well.
Yeah, but she's not in accounting.
Okay.
Now let's go to the boar hunt. So Linda goes into the forest. She finds the tracks, follows them deep in the woods when she can kind of hear the boar in the bushes around her. And it seems like it's kind of like circling around her. Now, as she's trying to track this thing, she kind of like gets down to one bush and out of nowhere, this freaking huge boar with these giant teeth jumps out at her and just like comes ready to like, I don't know, kill her.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, because you think like, oh, okay, it's a wild pig, right? A boar. You don't think it's going to be aggressive. You know, I don't know. We haven't been out in the wilderness.
Not a boar hunter.
Yeah, this thing comes at her and it's like snarling, got these big like tusks on it, and it was pretty scary.
Yeah, and it ends up like knocking her over this log, kind of gets itself stuck on the log.
Apparently boars can't jump.
Yeah, it could not get over this
so
thing.
It tries to go around the other way.
Right. So Linda's on the other side. It runs around. Linda then disappears. All right. So the boar, we go in boar cam and we're going around the woods and we go around to where Linda was. And all left is like a piece of cloth. And the boar's kind of jumping around like, where did Linda go?
Yeah, I did like the boar's point of view. It reminded me of Evil Dead when we're like through the demon's point of view.
Well, the boar's looking around. It can't find her. And that's because Linda's 10 feet above him on like a tree branch. She comes flying off this branch with like a Spartan thrust, flying through the air with a spear where she jams it into the boar's neck, breaks it off, and falls to the ground.
I mean, we can say her being up in the tree and diving off the top ropes like that was insane.
It was great, dude.
It's like Linda's freaking crazy.
She's wild. It's great.
But you love it, though. You're like, this girl's just an animal.
Yeah, at this point, you're totally rooting for her.
She will do whatever it takes to survive.
Right. Well, she's going to have to survive this boar. So the boar starts spinning around. Again, she's on the ground. Her back's on that log now. The boar then charges at her. And right when it's about to get to her, she grabs the spear, like the remaining part of it, puts it up, and the boar runs right into it and impales him like on the shoulder. And this causes blood to just spray out all over her face and her mouth. And she's just kind of screaming, holding it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Now we have that scene where the boar is dying, gasping. Each time blood is just exploding from its mouth onto her face.
Well, actually, what happens is the boar collapses, but then it comes back to life and it starts blasting her with the blood and snot. And it's like snot, blood. And it's just like, I mean, honestly, they're just taking like I don't know, cups of blood and just throwing it on her face.
I mean, it was really funny. And it's also like, it's pretty close to her at that point too. So it could have bit her, you know?
Yeah, it's like right in her face. Well, it looks like it's about to get her. Then she goes, grabs the spear out of his back and starts stabbing it in the eye to where it like dislodges its eyeball and then gives it like one last stab. And there's like a blood fountain that sprays out of it.
Which was an awesome kill. But also you're kind of like, this is a little bit unhinged behavior from Linda.
She's enjoying this.
Yeah, I liked her ability to kill the boar and the survivalist instincts. I just think that's a little bit over the top.
Well, I like this next part. So Bradley, who's doing nothing, laying at the beach, gets woken up when Linda throws a severed boar's head next to him. And as it lands, the blood just sprays all over his face. And that's not even the most shocking part because he looks up and Linda's crouched there standing and she's her like shirt completely drenched in blood all over her face. And she looks at him and she says, "You ever hunt?" And then she goes, "I think I like it."
And that's when you just look at her and you're like, I think she's insane. And she's liking it way more than she should.
It was a gnarly hunt.
It was crazy. I love the way they did it, though.
Yeah.
I thought it made that scene just so much fun to watch. You kind of knew she was going to come out of it, but I didn't expect it to happen in that way.
That night, they eat the boar's meat, and Linda just starts doing a crazy laugh. And Bradley's like, "What are you laughing about?" Well, Linda explains, "Well, while you were sitting here like a bump on a log, I was bringing home the bacon."
Which is kind of funny, but I think what really makes this whole thing funny is there's still this tension between the two. Where Bradley is useless, but he still wants the power, but Linda knows she has the power. So they're kind of doing this little game here, which makes the situation awkward, which makes this kind of funny.
Well, what's really funny is they both start like laughing. And the way that they do it is, I don't know, there was something about like she would laugh and then he would do like a maniacal laugh and then she would laugh and then he would do it. It just played really well.
My interpretation was that Linda isn't kind of losing her freaking mind. She's kind of crazy, or maybe crazier than I ever knew she was originally. But I also feel like he was just doing it to fit in. I don't even know if he knew why he was laughing, which made it really funny to watch. And the way, like you said, the way they laughed was just insane.
Yeah, that was fun for sure. So things on the island seem to be going well at this point, right?
Well, you would think so, because, yeah, they have everything they need. They have water, they have food, and companionship.
Yep, and like good shelters. Like she's got some nice shelters now.
Oh, yeah.
The next day, Linda goes out exploring. That's when she hears a boat. She runs over to the beach to get the attention of the boat. She starts waving it down, but then she decides, you know what? It's not time yet. And then she hides behind a tree.
And that's when you kind of realize, okay, hold on. Something might be wrong with Linda. Because we saw, she's obviously with the boar, it was a lot, but I mean, that's survival. So you got to do what you got to do to survive. Now it's like, okay, hold on. She wants to stay here. That's not normal.
No, not at all. And she has a chance to get out and she decides to stay on this island.
But you could understand from her point of view, this is like what she's great at. And she's thriving on this island.
I mean, she is doing great.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And she does seem to want him around, I guess. I don't know why.
That's what's interesting. I don't know if they were playing on like this relationship between the two, because I kind of thought there was something there, but that never really comes to fruition. And I'm not entirely sure if she was into him like that.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe she just liked the control.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyways, Linda goes back to the camp and she shows, I did like this part, because she's made this backpack and it's just like so nice. Like a backpack.
It's ridiculous.
Like she just like her crafting skills are through the roof. Again, Bradley, you would think he'd be happy with everything she's doing, but he's annoyed because now it's been 2 weeks and no one's found them.
So he does have a point, because his whole thing is he doesn't really care about having food or water because he's an idiot, but he does have a point that she has done nothing to try to get them off this island.
Yeah, he's kind of on to he's not really trusting her.
No. And then, you know what's funny? At the same time, though, I was always waiting for Bradley to break to where he had like a moment of light, right? Or he sees the light to where it's like, okay, you know what? I was kind of a jerk. Maybe I should be more grateful to her. It kind of never really happens.
No, he is who he is throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Well, Linda reveals to Bradley the #1 tool for survival, and that's a positive attitude. To which Bradley's like, "Are you effing kidding me?"
I mean, he doesn't want to hear that.
It's just the funniest thing because she's like, it's a positive attitude. It's what he lacks.
Well, because the whole thing, what makes it funny is he is so miserable right now, and she is just having the time of her life.
Yeah.
It just makes it funny.
Right. Bradley now reveals his master plan. You see, he's thought about how to survive, and there's one way, and that's to build a raft. Because he watched a 60 Minutes one time, and that dude built a raft, and that's how he survived.
Which is so funny because, again, Linda knows how to do everything, and Bradley's just a complete moron. He can't even build a raft.
Well, it's like you have this perfect island. Why would you go out into the ocean and do what, you know?
I mean, honestly, that's a worst case scenario. I don't want to be out on the island, or I don't want to be out in the ocean alone. Like, I'd rather just die on an island, honestly.
Yeah, you could live okay. They can live great on the island. Now Bradley kind of reaches his tipping point because Linda's like, she obviously thinks the raft's a stupid idea. He like makes it clear he hates it here. He hates being with her here. And she's like, well, I took care of you. And he's like, look at me. And he's all mad because he's like sunburned. It's like a mild sunburn.
Well, his face did get pretty jacked up when she left him out there for like a day.
Yeah.
I think he's still a little bitter about that.
So he decides he's going to go start his own camp. He's like, I'm a CEO of a next gen 500 company, baby. He's really like feeling himself. He's got back in the boss mode.
Which is typical of him. For no reason should he ever feel like this.
Yeah, well, Linda lets him know. She's like, well, yeah, it's a company your father built. To which Bradley's like, you're fired.
So stupid.
So he leaves, and we get to see some of Bradley's survival skills, which aren't great.
He's like me trying to survive out there. I'd have no shot.
So he's like putting sticks together. They're falling over. He tries to build a shelter. That just ain't really happening. Meanwhile, while he's trying to do this stuff, Linda's like weaving this intricate hat. It's like a sun goddess hat, you know?
Well, she's just got an abundance of stuff, and this guy has absolutely nothing. It's just such a stupid idea.
I mean,
to
at
leave.
one point, she's even like putting on lotion she's made.
Yeah, like because he has bugs biting him, and she's got this lotion on her. She's crafted.
Yeah. At one point, it starts raining, and Bradley, he decides he's going to catch the rain. He saw how she did it, so he digs a hole, puts a ball down, and then he puts the leaf down. As soon as he does, the rain like immediately stops.
That was funny.
Oh, it's so dumb. He ends up putting a distress signal out and he spells out help. The problem is he misspells help. Then to finish off this whole, empowerment thing he's on, he sees an insect on a rock. He tries to eat it. It puts ink in his mouth. He ends up like throwing the thing up. He decides he needs to go back to camp.
I mean, that was like the last straw. That was really funny because you see, he's just so excited to get something. Like finally, he gets some food on his own. He puts his disgusting bug in his mouth. And like he said, he eats it. I don't know what it expelled out, but then his mouth is just like black. It's just so gross.
Well, and at the same time, Linda's walking by with like 5 fish, it's just ridiculous.
Oh, she's got like fresh fruit and everything.
Well, Bradley goes over to the camp and he pretends like they're like meeting again. He's trying to reset the whole relationship. And I did love it because she looks up at him and she's like, hey, you got a little something on your teeth, and he's got like an insect leg he has to pull out, which is funny because it's a little payback for when he did that to her.
Well, the tables have turned, and there's a couple scenes where that happens, where now it's her who's in his position.
She has all the power.
Which is funny, though, because it makes you think, like, is she really a better boss than he was? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was bad. She arguably might be worse.
Dude, he's a horrible employee then. He deserves every bit of this.
Well, a horrible employee or boss?
Both. Okay. He's a horrible person.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I would argue, I don't know that Linda's a great person either.
She would be great. She was doing everything for him.
Except for getting them off the island.
Correct. Not good at that part.
A little bit of a problem. But you're right, though. I would be grateful in that situation.
Now, Linda, at this point, she's eating like straight up like high-end sushi. Like she has a ridiculous like fruit platter. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, she even had chopsticks she made.
Oh, I didn't know the homemade chopsticks. Yeah. But she has like a dipping sauce, a ridiculous amount of food.
Yeah, and Bradley's over here trying to eat a bug. So obviously he knows he's got to really like suck up to her and get on her good graces.
Right.
Basically, he starts apologizing for everything he's done. Eventually, she lets him sit down. But he did notice one thing that Linda had here. And Linda has a very nice knife. And that seemed to come out of nowhere.
It didn't look like a rundown knife. It looked pretty new.
Like brand new. And Linda just kind of brushes it off like, oh, washed up on shore. Interesting.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, as soon as that knife got introduced, it kind of creates this awkward tension because she's not letting him touch the knife.
There's always a tension that Bradley wants to kill her. I think he does.
I think so. Which is crazy. Like, he does not like her at all.
No.
And I don't know, like you said, maybe it's just the power, because I'm not even sure if she likes him either.
She seems to want him around, but maybe I think it's a control thing with her.
Okay.
Now Bradley's sitting down with Linda and he notices her nice little notched cup. So she has a great bamboo cup she's made, and on the side it's written in Linda. And he looks at the cup and he's like, Linda, you know? Basically, Bradley's like, hey, can we just work together? And this is where she's like, well, that all depends. How above and beyond are you willing to go for me? And so now she's flipped the tables again, because that's what Bradley did to his employees, if you remember.
Right.
And Bradley just looks at her and he's kind of staring at her, and he kind of does like a little nod, like, okay, I'm going to do what I have to do. He stands up and he starts pulling off his shirt to give her what she wants. Yeah. Linda tells him, hey, relax. I'm not like you. Okay. We're good. We can work together. Let's eat.
She's just giving him a taste of his own medicine just to mess with him.
Yeah. I like the touch.
Yeah, it was a fun little flip up there.
Later that day, Linda tells him, you know what? Let's go for a little walk. So they walk through the jungle. I mean, really, to this point, Bradley hasn't really left their little area.
No, because his leg is still kind of jacked up.
Right. So they go up into the forest, and where they see this giant cliff face, like huge cliff on the island. And that's where they're going to go. They walk up there. There's like a trail that's cut into the side of it. So at one point it's kind of treacherous. Like there's like a foot ledge where he has to climb over. And if you fall, you're dead.
I know. Yeah. He's got to kind of hug the mountain. It's a dicey place to be up.
Yeah. So you're getting a little nervous looking around here, right? Now, as they're walking, Linda points out there's some poisonous berries, and she's like giving him the little lecture on that whole thing. Just note there's some poisonous berries on this island.
Obviously,
right?
As soon as you hear that, you're like, okay, he's going to take those berries.
He may grab himself a berry or two.
Yeah.
Now, more important than the berries is across the island, there is a landmark, we'll say, and it looks like the letter X. And Linda's like, hey, you see that X over there? Don't go there. All that is thorn bushes and poisonous vines. You never want to go that way.
And immediately, I'm sure you felt the same way, that there is something over there she doesn't want him to see.
It just didn't seem like, you know what I was actually wondering? I'm like, is this supposed to be like Elon Musk or something, like the Twitter X or X, you know?
Oh, I don't think so.
Because it is, when we find out what's over there, somebody with some power lives on that side of the island.
Oh, that's interesting. I did think at one point, I'm like, did Linda create that X?
Yeah, don't go here.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all she really wanted to show him. So they turn around, they start walking off. When Linda slips on the edge of the cliff, it actually kind of gives way. She falls, is clinging to like a vine for her life. Bradley actually saves her, pulls her back up. And that was kind of interesting because it's like he had his chance to let her go right there, but he does need her to survive.
Yeah, I mean, he has to have her. He won't be able to survive a day out there. And I don't know that he actually wants her dead. I just don't think he likes her.
Yeah, I think he'd be indifferent if she died.
Yeah. But I mean, he's not ready to do that.
No, she's got to work for him right now. They go back to camp, and that night, Linda asks Bradley if he wants to get a little drunk, to which Bradley's like, F yeah. And then I loved Linda, and she goes, all right. Like the way
she's such a dork. Such a dork.
So Linda apparently has learned to make Pruno as well. They drink up, and Bradley starts revealing, like everyone starts talking about their histories, right? Bradley says his dad was a total stranger, and he couldn't even tell you one thing about him, which I thought was really odd because...
Yeah, I'm like, how the heck did you become the president of the company then?
Well, yeah, Linda met him at the party with his dad. Like, yeah. I just thought that was like, you can't tell him one thing, like, you know him very well.
It just shows you how horrible of a person he is. He didn't even pay attention to one thing about his father.
I got the vibe he was just making stuff up to make himself look like.
Oh, that's a good point. Because there's a game being played right now.
Because he made it seem like he was neglected. His mom was an a-hole. His dad, nobody cared about him. Like a very bad family life, when really he comes off as a entitled rich kid.
Yeah, because I do think you know what? I think it's more likely he was going for their sympathy angle on this.
Because there's no way he knows nothing about his father.
Well, it didn't make sense.
He's running his father's company.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He may have lied. Linda starts telling some truth. And shockingly, Linda was married.
Yeah.
For 10 years, apparently to an abusive alcoholic, allegedly.
So here's the thing. We right now don't really know that much about Linda, right? We're still kind of learning she's a survivalist. She seems a little extreme. She doesn't want to leave the island. But what does that really mean for these two, right? Like, how far is she going to take this thing?
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, so now we're going to get a little backstory about Linda.
Well, Bradley's like, okay, you were married and your husband died. How did he die? And Linda seems a little thrown off by this. And she's like, car accident, but it seems shady.
The way she was talking sometimes, I feel like sometimes she'd look at Bradley, and I feel like Bradley and the audience kind of knew there's more to this story than what she's telling. Like she's clearly leaving something out.
Right. But the story she tells, he was an abusive alcoholic. One night he drank a lot, did some horrible things. Then she decided, normally she has his keys and doesn't give it to him. This night she gave him his keys and then poured him one last drink. And then I was like, did she poison him?
Oh, interesting. Could have. I just thought pouring him one last drink is a very weird thing to do. Because even if like he is abusive, giving someone a drink and then having them go drive, that is a horrible thing to do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say poison. There's a lot of poison in this movie.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And she seems to be good at that.
She's a survivalist. She knows what berries are poisonous, probably.
Yeah. The next day, she wakes up. She's hungover. She sees Bradley naked in the water. Nothing really plays off that.
We just got to see some man buns.
So we got some buns for you ladies out there.
I was kind of hoping there was a scene with McAdams in the waterfall. I was kind of hoping there'd be the reversal, you know?
Yeah, you guys, you girls or guys, whoever likes man buns, they were out there.
Those are for you.
We got nothing.
No, nothing at all.
That's okay.
That sucks. Wait, by the way, what were we supposed to read into that shot?
I don't know. Because she goes over and she sees him and he's naked, like bathing, and she kind of looks at him and then she kind of turns away. I don't know. I never got the vibe they were that attracted to each other at all.
I almost wonder if he was baiting her. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Because he did look at her when they made eye contact. So I feel like, was waiting for her to see him.
Maybe trying to get some of that power back.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting. Well, the next day, a huge storm hits. They got to take shelter in a cave for the night. They go in there, they cuddle up. But again, nothing ever sexual happens.
It felt like that was going to be a moment because they have to use body heat, right? But no.
There's never like looks or anything that suggests anything like that.
Yeah.
Which I actually don't mind. It's kind of refreshing in a movie not to have that.
Yeah, even though we said we wanted to see some stuff, but it's okay.
That's just talk. We talk stupid.
Yeah, we're just all talk over here.
The next morning, Linda gets up and Bradley seems to be working on something in the forest. So as soon as she like yells for him, he leaves that alone and comes over to her. She tells him like, hey, the camp got totally destroyed in the storm, which maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Oh, that's so interesting. I forgot he was working on something. I didn't even connect the dots on that. That'll come back.
Yeah, that will come back.
Yeah, but their camp is destroyed. Now you're questioning maybe it wasn't naturally destroyed.
Well, maybe it was destroyed and someone just used some of the scraps.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They end up rebuilding their camp. Bradley seems to be like more positive than ever. In fact, he's so positive now, he's going to cook dinner for her.
Yeah, so this I thought was the moment where he's kind of turning. He's like, okay, you know what? I understand I've been a jerk and I'm going to do something for you for once.
Well, the meal he made, again, this is the most crazy part of the whole movie is the elaborate meals these people make because he doesn't even know how to cook. But he makes her like a mango salsa with some fresh plums that are picked and some like smoked barramundi with wheatgrass or something garnished.
It is so stupid because all of us have seen these survival shows. Like you're eating crickets and junk.
Right.
Not these people, like you said, these are like 5-star meals.
Yeah, I loved it though.
Yeah, the whole thing's absurd.
Now, as Linda's eating, things start to get a little bit fuzzy to the point where she eventually just collapses onto the ground. And that's where Bradley reveals the master plan. He runs into the forest, grabs on to his home-built raft, and pulls it out of the jungle.
Well, I loved it because he's being all sweet with her. And then once she goes down, it's just like he's a rabid animal now. And he just runs and all of a sudden he's got this like trap door where his raft's hidden under. It's like, what the heck is this guy doing?
He's got that maniacal laugh.
Yeah, he's like giggling through it. And then you're also like, this guy doesn't know how to build a raft. He's not getting out of here on a raft.
It's also dark and there's huge waves.
Yeah.
It's all like, what are you going to do out there?
Oh, we're going to find out. He's an idiot.
This is great. He grabs his raft. He charges into the waves. There's like the little waves, the initial ones. He makes it through those. Then he hits his first bigger wave and the raft actually survives. Now, at this point, he is pumped. He looks back at Linda, gives her the double birds and he goes, F you, Linda.
So he says that to Linda. Linda's poisoned in the sand, just trying to survive. And not to mention, she's been nothing really but helping him this whole time. Like, it's such a crazy thing to do to her.
Dude, that's what made me laugh so hard. It's like the absurdity of that is
this
great.
guy is just the ultimate a-hole. And not to mention, he's such a moron because it's like, dude, you have not got out of this yet.
No, in fact, the next wave that comes through, not even that big, hits the raft. The whole thing completely falls apart.
Yard sale. It's everywhere.
Yeah, and then a huge wave comes, wraps him up in it. Now he's flung. He's upside down in the water. Next thing you know, he's floating to the bottom of the ocean. When above him, he sees Zuri, his fiance. She's floating. I don't even know if I mentioned that. He has a fiance named Zuri.
Yeah, she's got a big wedding ring. That'll come back.
Yeah, it looks like a model or something.
Sure.
So he sees her floating above him, only to have her vomit this bright yellow vomit right in his face.
Oh, so disgusting.
Spoiler alert, it's not Zuri. It's Linda who's dragging him out of the water, starting CPR on him while projectile vomiting onto his face.
So each time she's doing the CPR about to mouth to mouth, she just vomits straight all over his face. Not even trying to get it to the side. But it's also like funny because Linda's so crazy. Why is she even doing this?
And she's a savage. Like, she's super sick. She saves his life.
Yeah. I mean, I keep thinking in my head, I'm like, did she do anything that bad at this point? I know she let the boat go away, which is not a nice thing to do. But she hasn't done anything negative towards him, right?
No.
She's done nothing but everything for him. And this guy flips her the bird and poisons her.
And then with the worst plan ever, that oldie gets ruined and he has to be saved by her.
It's so ridiculous.
Love it. The next morning, Bradley wakes up and he's very apologetic. And he tells her, I wasn't trying to kill you. I was just trying to knock you out. And Linda seems to forgive him. And she's like, hey, we got to get your strength back up. So here, I made you the skewer of octopus and fish. Just eat this.
Which immediately I'm like, all right, bro, there's going to be repercussions. Because you just felt an edge with Linda, right?
Yeah.
The whole time there's this little thing in your head, like something's going to go bad.
Maybe she got pushed too far.
Yes.
Well, Linda's like, hey, some things are going to have to change now. Like, we've been doing okay, but you've obviously done some things that are bad. And she has a little thought. And she realizes like, hey, you, Bradley, not having the control, that must be really hard because really you're kind of in a submissive position and that's probably not something you're used to.
Which is very true to this point.
Yeah, it is true. Now, at the same time she's telling him this, Bradley's tongue is feeling a little strange, maybe going a little bit numb. And that's when she reveals, you know why your tongue's numb? That's because the neurotoxin from the blue-ringed octopus, well, that's going to totally paralyze you.
Which I'm like, these two people are crazy. He just poisoned her, and now she's poisoning him.
Yes. So now he's totally paralyzed. He's leaned up against a tree. Like, I don't even know if he can blink at this point. He's just staring at her.
Yeah. Does that exist in the real world?
Yeah, I think they do that all the time for surgeries and stuff.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's not a good one. Now, she wants to put his mind at ease. And she's like, yeah, the neurotoxins, the hepalonolata. She says his name. The way she said it was great.
She makes me, again, there's like micro things she does that I just thought were hilarious. Then, yeah, saying this name I thought was funny.
Me too.
It was because, I mean, my mind is probably a made up name.
Yeah, she probably just winged it.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's like, it's not going to kill you. They're going to wear off. But for now, you're going to be totally paralyzed, but you won't feel anything, which is good because basically I'm going to cut your nuts off now.
Oh my gosh. And when she pulls out the knife, you're just like, oh no, what is she going to do? Because he can't move at all. And he's not going to feel it, but we're going to watch it.
Yeah, she basically explains to him he's like a wild dog that just needs to be castrated.
Okay, so there's the stakes. That's what she's planning to do. So from this point on, I had a hard time watching this because I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I feel like I could feel it. You know what I'm saying?
It was really hard because he's paralyzed and the way they do it, there's movement with his body that makes you visualize what's going on.
Are you going to go through it or are we just going to talk about it?
Well, we'll just go through. So she pulls out the knife. She heated it up in the fire. She walks over to him with the knife, looks him in the eye, and she goes, no help is coming.
Oh, which is just like, makes my stomach drop.
Yeah, this is the way things are, and you need to accept it. You are stuck, no power, you're the low end of the totem pole. And then she looks at him and she's like, are you ready? And he can't even speak. He just makes a noise like,
You can just see it in his eyes are welling up and it just like the torture. You can imagine what you feel like. By the way, castration, is that everything?
I was curious about that. It seemed like she was going to take it all.
That's a problem. There's two things I could go without, but I got to have one. You know what I'm saying?
So she reaches down and bends down out of sight and she starts cutting. And you can hear it and you can hear the noises and you can see him kind of jerking. And then at one point, there's a blood stream that hits him in the neck. It sprays him. And he's just like,
oh my God. Just the amount of uncomfortableness I felt. I feel like I could barely even watch this part. Well, and everyone in the theater too, it's almost like you hear groaning like, oh God.
Yeah, it was gruesome. And then Linda pops up and she goes, oh, we got a bleeder here.
Oh my God, she's so crazy.
But then she reaches down and pulls up a rat.
It was a fake out.
It was a fake out. He's still got his nuts.
Which I liked the twist because I honestly thought she cut everything off.
You know, I could have gone either way with that.
I mean, that's crazy. I don't know that you could survive that.
But seeing Bradley without nuts would be kind of funny.
Yeah, actually would. But then it would have killed, I think that might have killed his personality.
But it would have been kind of funny.
Yeah, all right.
Maybe
for our movie, we'll do that.
But she does tell him, if I have to do this again, it's not going to be the rat. So after a couple days, Bradley's back up working again with her, but Linda's like, hey, you haven't really spoken for a couple days.
Why are you acting like this?
Yeah, you can tell after what happened, he's very angry about this.
I mean, I don't know what you do in that scenario. I mean, but he did betray her too, right?
Yeah.
She just took it a little too far, I'd say.
I don't think she did. I think it was a good setup. Like, he should learn his lesson here. But he is pissed. You could tell he wants her to die now, but he has to pretend to be happy. So he like flashes this really forced smile.
Which is so clearly just like it's killing him to even have to do that.
Yes, but he knows he has to make peace.
But you think about it, like, yes, for someone like us, that'd be a tough thing to get over. But especially someone like him being embarrassed by her, by Linda, like this is killing him.
Right. Well, Linda's like, hey, I know what'll cheer you up. I'm going to go get some fruit and I'll make you some dish. We'll make it better. So she takes off, heads the other side of the island when she gets spotted by a boat. And you're not going to believe who's on that boat. It is Zuria. Is it Zura? Whatever. His fiance and a Thailand man. Is it Thai? Is it Thai? Thai man?
Thai guy? A Thai guy?
Thai guy.
Yeah, it's some guy driving a boat. This part is where I'm kind of like, I don't know if I love her coming to the island. It felt a little far-fetched at this point.
I would say this part of the movie is where I started to get a little bit like, not loving some of the decisions.
It just doesn't feel realistic. Like, would she really be on a boat with a guy searching every island for her husband?
Yeah, it was kind of odd.
Yeah.
Anyway, she is there, though.
Yeah.
Now, Linda doesn't seem that excited to see them at first.
Well, we all know she does not want to leave the island. She's doing great. She just has to get Bradley in line.
Right. So she does take him to Bradley, or they're going that direction, but she has a couple questions on the way. And one of them is it just you two, or is there like a whole search party out here? To which they tell her, hey, it's just us, but there are people waiting for you. Now, when she realizes it's just them, she's like, we have a shortcut to take.
You know she's got a plan.
Right. Kind of a strange plan, but...
Well, here's the thing, too, I thought about is that she's kind of in a weird spot to where she has kind of tortured this man a little bit, right? So she's not ready to release him just yet, you know, because he's probably going to say some bad things about her.
Yeah, but she could say some bad things about him as well.
Yeah, all right. It's fair. I mean, I don't know, but pretending to cut someone's balls off is that's a tough one.
Yeah, but he did like poison her. He could have killed her. He didn't know.
All right.
Linda ends up taking them up to that, that really dangerous cliff.
Yeah.
With the poison berries.
Where she fell.
Yep, where she fell. Takes him up there. She stops to tie her shoe. When Zuri walks around the side, slips are actually, again, it's like the most treacherous part of the mountain. Apparently it just gives way all the time.
Yeah, I guess so.
So she falls down. The Thai guy reaches down, grabs onto her, and he looks back to Linda. And he's like, Linda, help us. And Linda's having that moment because really up to now, she hasn't done anything I think that is unrecoverable.
Yeah, it's all like a little crazy, but it's not on the murder level.
No, it's not. But you can tell she kind of wants that lady Zura.
Yeah.
Whatever. She wants Zuri. She wants Zuri to die, but she's contemplating, and then they kind of fade to black. Now, what really happened, I'm just going to tell you, Linda smashed a rock over the Thai guy, killing them both.
Yeah, so now we know, like, okay, here's where we're at. She is insane.
Yeah, they'll reveal that part later, but you might as well know now.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why they cut that in the first place. We all knew what happened because she comes back to the camp we're going to talk about in a second, and it's like, of course, they're not there with her, so they are dead.
No, but yes, now she's gone over the edge. Not literally, though. They just went
No,
over
she
the
pushed them over the edge. She's on a great path. Honestly, her problem is gone now.
Yeah, now she has little Bradley.
I don't know what she did with the boat. They never really said. I assume she just sunk it.
Yeah, I don't know if she did. Yeah, there's some loose ends. Back at the beach, Linda arrives, and she seems a little different. Obviously, she's just done a double hummy.
Yeah, it's tough to get over.
She walks down to the beach, she washes up, and then she's like taking a sick day. So now Bradley's the one that's doing everything, and she's kind of like comatose in her little cot.
Yeah, she's depressed. It's tough.
No, she seems to be leaving her knife alone, and Bradley's got his eye on it. Just saying that. Well, that night, Linda wakes up. She has a nightmare. Zuri comes out of the water. She's a zombie, and we get a zombie jump scare, but it was all a dream.
Well, I liked that. I thought it was kind of a little callback to Evil Dead. To me, it felt that way with this zombie coming out of the water. And also, I did think the jump scare was good.
Yeah, I liked them both.
Because there was a fake out where at first it seemed like a dream. Then she wakes up and she's on the beach. And then so you think it's over. But then all of a sudden, boom, Zuri face right behind you. Like a zombie Zuri.
But it was all a dream.
Yeah, but a cool jump scare nonetheless.
The next day, Bradley goes out hunting and he's going to get himself a boar. Now, he can't even get close because he scares this thing off like immediately. But what he does find is Zuri's hand coming out of the sand with her ring. So somehow her body washed up, got buried under the sand, and she, for some reason, her hand's out of the sand.
It did look kind of very creepy with this dead, again, it almost looked like a zombie hand coming out, like contorted with that ring sticking out. Then I'm like, did Linda try to bury her? Or do you think that she washed up under the sand like that?
I don't know.
Well, there's no way, you know what? There's no way she buried her. She had to have washed up like that.
Because she would have had to fall in the water. Linda would have had to find the body, brought that over.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
she just got, I guess, dug under the sand. I don't know.
No. After this, obviously, Bradley's a little upset. He found his fiancée somehow on the island buried. That's a lot to deal with.
Linda's acting very strange, so...
Later, they meet up on the beach, and Bradley just straight up asks her, like, hey, did you kill her? And Linda's like, who could I have killed?
Yeah.
And Bradley's like, her, and shows that he's wearing the ring now.
I like that he put the ring on. Just kind of a funny thing to do.
Linda's like, no, I didn't kill her, but she did slip. But I would have told you that. You wouldn't have believed me. And he's like, yeah, that is true because I don't believe you now. Like, you're obviously lying.
Yeah, like, of course, who would hide that information?
Right. Like, there was people that tried to save us.
Yeah, like some people are on the island. Maybe that'd be the first thing you'd say.
Yeah. And then Bradley brings up, well, you also said your husband's death was an accident as well, implying that we all know that's not true. So he was obviously onto that whole story.
Yeah, and like I said, I thought when she said that, it's like we all understood Linda's kind of crazy.
And well, speaking of that, at this point, Linda goes and she starts to reach for that knife. The only problem is Bradley has it. So Linda turns and just takes off into the jungle, and Bradley is after her with a knife. So we got a little bit of a showdown.
Yeah, and it's finally happening. They're going to have their big fight.
Yes, and it is a big one.
Dude, it's insane.
First thing, Linda ambushes him. Actually, she did a little trick with her. What does she call them? Her little mules, where he thinks she's behind a tree, and she was, but she disappears, and he goes to find her, and it's just the shoes sitting there. I just love
mules.
Every time seeing them. They're kind of funny. Linda ambushes him, has like a string wrapped around his neck. She's choking him. Bradley flips her off onto the ground, rips a chunk of her hair out, and after when that happens, she looks at him holding that chunk of hair, and she goes, "You mother effer," and charges him.
Like, she can't believe he did that to her. Like, that would cross the line.
She knocks him over. Bradley gets on top. He starts strangling her. She pulls his hair, then bites a chunk of flesh out of his back, and then like spits it out. It's gnarly,
that
dude.
was so funny because she's like ravenous now. She's like a wild animal. She's just insanity.
Oh, and then his little finger gets a little close to her, and she starts gnawing on that finger that has the ring on it. To which he starts eye gouging her, where you can see her eyeball getting like pushed into her head.
Yeah, it was gruesome.
Oh, she ends up grabbing a rock, knocking him over the head. Eventually, they both stand up, and they're looking a mess. Like, she's got this bloody eyeball with like blood running down her face, and Bradley looks at her, and he gives that little laugh that he does. That
yeah, his laugh is hilarious.
To which Linda looks at him, and she gives him a smile, but in between her teeth, is a diamond.
Why did she take that?
So she took the ring off his finger, or not off his finger, I don't even know. She starts growling and then swallows it. And after she does that, she goes, and opens her mouth and starts wiggling her tongue around.
It's like, what has happened here?
She's
You know what I'm saying?
totally like savage.
She's gone primal, but I love it. Like, this is who Linda is now.
Well, then she gives him the double birds and goes, F you, Bradley. Bradley charges her, tackles her to the ground, smashes her head into the mud. Belinda's able to reach over, grab the knife on the ground, stabs it into his side, and then Bradley takes off running through the forest.
So that fight number one is done. And guy, I don't even know who won that one.
Yeah, it was about a 50-50. I would say Linda took the advantage with the stab to the side.
Yeah, that could have been a critical shot.
Yeah, it could have been. Well, where is Bradley running to? Well, he's going towards the X.
Because he must have the same thought that we did. It wasn't said, but I think we all realized that she's been lying. And if she said not to go somewhere, you probably should go explore that area.
Yeah, probably just check it out real quick.
And I think we all knew something is over there.
Right. Right. Well, he makes it to the beach on that side of the island. And then he looks up only to see like $1 million mansion built into the side of this cliff, like high-end brand new place.
So this thing isn't a remote spot really at all. Someone lives there.
Yes, there is a beautiful home here.
And we were talking, I thought it would have been so much funnier if it was like a giant hotel, like with like parties going on. And this whole time they thought they were isolated and they weren't at all.
I liked that idea. I liked a resort going on with like partying and stuff.
Yeah, because this movie's already absurd. That's what makes it, again, it makes a lot of it funny. This would have been even funnier. Like, wait, there was a resort the whole time?
Yeah, and on there, it's like all the sushi bars where she just has been getting the food and bringing it back.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
And
Yeah.
maybe even like your personalized cups too.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? The Linda cup.
Like handmade ones she just
Yeah.
bought.
Yeah. But that didn't happen. It's just $1 million home.
No, she really made a lot of that stuff at the campsite.
I think, or maybe she made some of it at the house and then took it. It's hard to say.
I got to think a lot of that fruit and stuff came from the house, but I don't know.
No. Well, I think she is a top tier survivor. Bradley comes up to the window, starts banging on it. Nobody's home though. He breaks into the house, looks for a knife. Those all are missing. And then the lights go out and Linda's voice comes over the speakers. And this is where Linda reveals she's got the knife from the house. She's already been to this house. She found this place a long time ago.
And then we kind of said it, but yeah, she's been visiting this place and it shows her like eating food here. She's been just living the life.
Yeah, so basically, when the first time that she spotted the boat, she followed it and found the house.
So now actually kind of makes more sense why she wasn't eager to get off the island, because she obviously was having a great time and she knew they could get off probably whenever they wanted to.
True.
So why not torture Bradley more?
Why not? And she's going to do more now because she kind of almost makes fun of him for him believing that the knife washed up on shore. It's a pretty nice knife. It makes no sense.
That is a good point, because even I'm like, yeah, I'm stupid because I would kind of believe that too.
Yeah. Well, she's now at like the security office where she has like a laptop and monitors where she's tracking everything that Bradley's doing in the house.
Yeah, she's in the security room.
This has turned into like a whole different type of movie.
Yeah, now it's like a hunting movie. She's hunting him.
Yeah, home invasion type weird thing.
Yeah.
Apparently this house is owned by some Wall Street billionaire. That's all they really say. Maybe there's some little, I feel like there's got to be some little Easter eggs hidden in there, like to like point at somebody.
You didn't see anything?
I didn't look that hard at this point.
Well, that's what you guys get this week.
Linda explains the first thing she did when she found the house is shut off the security. The billionaire dude never noticed. So basically she explains, we could have been rescued a long time ago. This is kind of the way I wanted it. Okay, so Bradley's in the house. He's kind of creeping around. Eventually he goes to like a living room type area where Linda walks around the corner with a shotgun and she's ready to just blow him away.
And this is, again, I just go back to the fact that like, why is she even keeping him alive? She must like him at some point.
I mean, why even murder him, though? There's an obsession thing going on here, or maybe a power thing.
Yeah, I guess, you know what? I guess she didn't really like want to murder anyone. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely did murder some people now.
No, she did, but it's not like she wanted to do that. She only murdered people because she wanted to stay on the island longer and she wasn't ready to get off. If she ever wanted to get off. Wrong place, wrong time.
Bradley now goes into his best acting job, basically apologizing for everything, saying that he's changed, praising Linda for everything that she showed him, and then he reveals it's so corny that he loves her now.
When he said that, I'm like, bro, no one's buying this. Come on.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. He's like, we have everything we need to survive here. Why would we want to leave? You know?
After they just try to kill each other. But she kind of seems to be into this.
She's buying it a little bit, but then Linda notices one of the horns on the statues is missing. And right as she notices that, that's when Bradley strikes, slashes her. She drops the gun. Linda then swings back, grabs some golf club off the wall, but then Bradley picks up the shotgun and puts it on her.
And so now you're like, dude, Linda's screwed. He's got the jump on her. And then you're also like, Linda, what are you thinking?
Right. And I love this line because this is
how much of a tool he is.
He looks at her, he goes, bye, you crazy bitch from accounting. Again, wrong department.
He knows that's not where she's from. Or maybe he doesn't. He just doesn't care.
And that was his last line. He pulls the trigger. The problem is the gun is empty. So
Which
Linda,
I'm like, of course it is.
Linda golf clubs the gun, knocks that down, hits him in the stomach. He falls over. Linda then stands over the top of him with that golf club over her head. And then she says, strategy and planning. So she corrects where she works again. And then she goes for a big golf swing, transition to the golf course.
So we'd imagine she just clocked him right in the head and he's gone. By the way, do you think that she didn't have the shotgun loaded on purpose? Like she knew that it wasn't loaded?
I think so.
Yeah, because she said strategic planning. I think she planned everything, right?
Yeah, she's already been to the house and she brought that gun out.
Yeah.
So maybe she was kind of testing him again to see if he would try something, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, we don't know. We never see it, but she killed him somehow.
Yes, and now she actually is on a golf course, and she's now a famous person. She's being interviewed as a real-life survivor.
She survived the island.
And you'll never believe how she survived. Do you want to tell him?
She was found alone on a raft in the ocean.
So she used his idea to survive.
And she's famous because of that, which is absolutely hilarious.
It's great. And now she wrote a best-selling book. It's being turned into a movie. She's writing a self-help book because she wants people to know no help is coming, so you better start saving yourself. The end.
Great movie. Great ending. The ending was really good. Like I said, my only critique, I just thought it would have been funnier if it was like a resort style instead of this house. And then also, I don't know why. Maybe I just wanted to see what she was going to do to him because they didn't see the death. I don't really understand how that worked out for her.
It seems very messy. Like, there's multiple bodies on this island. Eventually, people are going to look for those other two people. Their boats around there. This billionaire, millionaire, whatever guy is going to come home. I don't know. Eventually, I feel like they're going to put it together. Like, what island were you on? They're going to look around that area.
Yeah, you couldn't have survived on a raft for multiple weeks, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you could have, though. Isn't that what he said someone did?
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Who cares, though? It was a fun watch.
Yeah, I would say the first 3 quarters loved it. The last quarter, I was like, kind of slowed down and got a little weird.
Even going through the review, I'm like, there's these gaps where I just feel like you're just seeing a lot of the relationship stuff. It's just not as exciting as the other parts. But dude, when those parts hit, like the boar, her killing the boar, amazing. Her pretending to chop the guy's nuts off, that was like insanely intense, right?
That's pretty good.
They had some great moments in here and just the comedy throughout the whole thing. The review doesn't do it the justice. You have to watch it.
You know what would almost been funny if like Donovan survived and he was on the other side of the island as like a little antagonist.
Oh,
you know
that would have
mean?
been funny. Yeah, you could definitely play around with that.
Yeah, that's just an idea.
Or
though.
like some of the other guys had survived. They have their own camp on the other side.
Yeah,
and she's battling them.
You could make that really funny.
Yeah, but this was
a
good.
whole other thing.
That would have been, you know what? We should write our own movie.
Because I just like her.
We're going to have naked chicks throughout the whole movie.
And naked dudes. We'll throw them both in.
I don't know about that.
All right, let's give our final rating.
I've kind of already said it, but this movie was really fun. Way better than I thought it was going to be. Definitely a fun watch and just a good time overall. Yeah, I'm going to drop like an 8.7. It was good. Yeah. I just think it's just a really fun movie to throw on. Like, it's not some horror movies, you're exhausted afterwards. And even though it's like really fun to watch, I don't want to keep watching it. This one I could throw on just with people around. Fun, like party movie.
Yeah, it's not bad. I will say I'm impressed because making a movie like Stranded on an Island, it's just been done. And I just thought it was going to be so freaking boring. Yeah. And it was done really well. And Rachel McAdams is hilarious. Everything we've already talked about, the little mannerisms, their little power struggle back and forth was great. Like I said, it kind of like the last quarter, I didn't really love the way it ended up. But overall, it's a fun movie to watch. I would recommend it. I don't know. Love the setting. Storyline was good.
The Bradley was also great. I mean, he was really funny, just how much you disliked him.
Yeah, he plays that role great. And like his maniacal laughing, and he comes off real crazy at points.
Yeah, and it's like, how much can you dislike someone? But they made you dislike him so much that it was fun to watch what was going to happen.
Yeah, but overall, I would give it a. God, this one's kind of tough because it's not like a traditional horror. It's like it's in that horror, funny, like comedy horror realm.
I would say it leans more in the comedy than the horror.
But it has it in there. I'll give it. You know what? I liked it. I'm gonna go 7.9.
All right, cool.
So
I feel like sometimes every time after I scored, I'm like, it's kind of high.
You could talk me down or up a point here and there.
I could always be talked out of a score.
Could watch it again and totally like switch it up.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some quick survival rules. What did we learn? Wear your seatbelts in planes. They survived. Except for the pilots. They're kind of trapped and drowned.
Well, we guessed. We never even saw them.
Also, learn survival skills.
I know I've thought about that, but honestly, what are your chances of getting stranded? Now that I said that, I feel like my chances have gone up. So maybe I just jinxed myself.
That's all I have for. I just did a couple quick ones.
Oh, that's good. That's all right.
All right, let's do a little bit of trivia.
This is Sam Raimi's first horror film as a director since Drag Me to Hell. Have you seen Drag Me to Hell?
I don't think so.
It's good. We need to watch that.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch it tonight.
I'm just hoping you don't ask me anything else because I don't remember anything other than it was good. Do you want to do that one next? Well, we have Blair Witch coming out next, and the one after that, you want to Drag Me to Hell?
Sure.
All right.
Is it good?
Yeah, I think so. It's just been forever since I watched it, but I'm pretty sure I liked
it tonight and see if it's.
If not, we're pivoting.
You're making me concerned.
No, I liked it. It's one of those, like, I remember watching and I really enjoyed it, but it's been, guys, since probably 2009 since I watched it.
Okay. All right. There's an Easter egg in all of Sam Raimi's films. He has a 1973 Oldsmobile Delta. It can be seen in the parking garage at the beginning of the movie, just over Linda's shoulder.
Oh, cool.
So that's in like every movie he does. And that's the end of the movie and everything. End of the review.
Yeah, shoot. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This was a fun one.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a different style of movie, honestly.
It's almost refreshing, I would say.
Oh, why is that?
Just totally different type of movie.
Like a palate cleanser for us because we're always so into the horror side.
Yeah, it's just different. I liked it. It was just refreshing.
Maybe I picked a good one for you.
I would say you did.
Thank you. I was really worried. I'm like, if he doesn't like this, we get some heat.
Special shout out to our tribe members, Tim Fox, Matthew Caesarman, Frederick Blackstone, Crazy Meg, Freaky Frog, and Vane. And our patrons, Banky, Drew Castilla, Fernando Zabata, Tanner Strode.
Hey, thank you.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. Seriously, we appreciate it.
And everyone who likes, comments, subscribes, you guys just being here. You guys know the deal. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Please leave us a review if you feel inclined to do so.
It'd be great.
Share with a friend.
All right.
And hey, so yeah, next week we got Blair Witch and then Drag Me to Hell.
Sounds good. Catch you guys later.
Bye.
See ya.